Now we're gonna start the body of our fish. So we grab the second color. We go back to our head, pull out the stitch marker, and I use this technique. So I pull out the yarn, grab 2 loops, and simply attach my yarn like that. I'm gonna continue doing single crochet in each stitches for 3 rows. So 1, 2. You can fast forward the video, but I'm gonna do it each row for the beginners, so it may be a little boring for the professionals. Continue. I like it when it change the colors. So that was the end of row 11. We're gonna continue doing it 2 more. So 1, 2, in here I really use stitch marker. Take your time and enjoy while you are making something. So do not hurry, do not miss a stitch. These little tiny bit of steps are very important. Now we're at very end of row 11. Now what I like to do is open it and grab the 2 yarn ends and do 2 knots, and we put it inside the body of the fish. We continue. Now we are in 11, 12, that is 13. 1, 2, I'm gonna use my stitch marker. 3, 4, continue. Okay, now we're gonna start row 14. Look very carefully. Now we're gonna have a reduction. So first we had increase, now we're gonna have a reduction. So what I like to do, we have different techniques. I prefer this one. Grab the first loop of the first stitch, actually the front loop, sorry. Grab the front loop of the first stitch and the back loop of the second stitch. Pull up the yarn, pull up the yarn. That was our reduction. We mark it. Do not forget that. We mark it. And we're gonna reverse it somehow. Now I do 9 single crochet. Eight and 9. Now we're gonna have our second reduction. So again, front loop of the first stitch, back loop of the second stitch, pull up the yarn, pull up the yarn. Now we have only 9 stitches left, so we're gonna do single crochet in each of them. Eight and the last one. So by reduction, now I have just 20 stitches. We're gonna continue round 15 up to round 18, just 20 single crochet. So again, I'm gonna count it. My technique is counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and the last one, 20. Or some may like to just do the first, mark the beginning of the row, that is row 16, and without counting, just do 20 single crochet in silence. But I like talking, as you can see, so it's a little bit hard for me to stay silent. One, 2, 3, 4, So that is the end of 16, row 16. We're gonna go for row 17. Again, mark the first stitch, and we're gonna continue doing 20 single crochet overall in silence. Continue doing that. That is the end of row 17. One more row before we do our next reduction. So we mark the first stitch. Now we need 19 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and the last 19. Now we need to do our next reduction. So we're gonna grab the front loop and the back loop of 2 stitches, mark it better, not like me. Okay, and we're gonna do 8 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we're gonna have our reduction, front loop, back loop together, pull up the yarn, and 8 more single crochet. Seven and 8. So now we continue 2 rows, just 18 single crochet. So we're gonna continue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue. 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. I don't like the 8. We're gonna redo the 8. 8. What is going on here? 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. Now is the beginning of row 21. I'm gonna mark it so you can do 18 single crochet in silent. I am at very end of this row. Okay. Now we have overall 18 single crochet, and it's empty. We're gonna fill it, of course, but as you can see, it's just going to have the shape of the fish. So now, like the pattern, as you may guess, we may have our first reduction, front loop, back loop, grab the yarn, pull through 2. Then we're gonna mark it. This time we're gonna do 7 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're gonna have our second reduction, front loop, back loop, grab the yarn, pull through. And the next 7 single crochet. So basically now we have 16 stitches. Next row we're gonna do just 16 single crochet all around. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, let's go 15, and that is 16. Now we are in row 24. Again, we will have a reduction. So front loop, back loop, and this is our first reduction. We mark it. We continue this time with just 6 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we're gonna have our second reduction. Pull through. Come on. We're gonna continue with 6 single crochet. Now we have overall 14 single crochet. We're gonna grab our yarn and do 14 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, come on 12, 13, and 14. The next row, which is our round 26, we're gonna have our first decrease. We're gonna mark it. Then we're gonna continue 5 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we are in our second reduction. Front loop, back loop, pull through, and 5 single crochet. You need to be more patient because we are getting narrow and we're gonna get more narrow. Okay. The next row we get up to 28. So we were in 26. For 2 rows we're gonna continue 12 single crochet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, let's see, 6, let it go, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. One more row, keep patient. We are at the end, very end of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now it's time to fill it, because after that the hole will be very small, and we are on our 28th row. We're gonna do up to row 30. So now it's the time to fill it. We grab our stuffing, and we're gonna fill it. I'm gonna tell you the pattern. After you fill it, you're gonna do, for the row 29, 1 decrease, 4 single crochet, then we're gonna do our second decrease, and another 4 single crochet. All the way through the head. I can add more stuffing, which I will. A little bit more. That is enough. Now we're gonna continue. So let's continue. We're gonna do our first reduction here. Mark it. Then we're gonna continue with 4 single crochet, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, and then we're gonna have the reduction. Continue. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're gonna repeat it one more time, row 30. Now we have overall 10 single crochet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I made a mistake. we have 3 more rows up to row 33. So in row 31, again, we're gonna have our first reduction. I'm not going to mark it because the numbers are very, very small. So reduction, then we're gonna have 3, 1, 2, and 3. Again, we're gonna have our second reduction. Now we're gonna continue with 3 more single crochet. That was our last reduction. So I'm gonna be more careful with that still. So 1, 2, and 3. Now we have overall 8 single crochet. We're gonna repeat it in 2 rows. Row 31, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time, and this is our last row, which is row 33. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, and the last 8. We're gonna cut the yarn. Then with the needle, we're gonna close this hole. Actually, I'm gonna put more stuffing and then close this hole, okay? So this is the body of our fish.